Oh, this is Mr. Hornsby 83 with the Mr. Hornsby 83 review. I told you earlier on with my X-Files topics I was going to do this. Today, reviewing the defining moments Stone Cold Steve Austin figure. It's the figure that replaced the NWO Hogan in the line, and we all know what the story was with that. And it was a couple days after I did my very first Toy Talk show that we were at the flea market, and found this figure. And I'm going to talk about the belts first, and my opinions of the belts and what I think on one of these belts Mattel should do, but I'll get to that in a sec. First off, this is the Winged Eagle, and
That's it.
the Winged Eagle belt, and out of all the figure belts, although I was not a big fan of the Winged Eagle, I really like what Mattel has done with this belt a lot. Accurate size, accurate detail, got the little bars on the side, got the globe. Now when they first started making these with the defining moments, Bret Hart, I think that was the first one that had this belt, they were having the black globe, and they realized their mistake with it and started making the blue globe. And the strap, perfect, right. This is the way the Winged Eagle looked in real life when it was around, and pretty. This is one of my favorite designs Mattel has used for their figure belts line. I think they've done a great job on that and the WWE version of the World Heavyweight title. Next up is the Smoky Skull belt. Now this belt came with another Stone Cold figure, which is probably my favorite Stone Cold figure, the Bionic Redneck one. And Mattel, I think they made this one a little, had the collar a little better and all that on this one than they did the first one. This one's a very nice design too, really like it, accurate size. It's still got a problem with no snake, nothing looking like snake skin on the back of it. That's something they could improve on with this belt. They make like tons of Stone Cold figures, it seems like every year. And now, like I said, great belt. Them two are great. Now I'm going to get to one that's not so great, and it's not the design that's not great, it's just the freaking size and the freaking issues with it that I have. And one of the biggest problems with this is, and look, I think the design for this belt is good. All you got to do is take this design here and make it bigger. Make it as big as this one. This is the original strap for the jacks, which I hate the jack straps. They were freaking crappy. But look at how much difference there is in the size of these. Also, well, I botched up on this freaking jacks when I was trying, clip it, where these little spiky parts would be, separated from the rest of the plate, but that didn't work out too well. So that's why my son hasn't been using these. But yeah, look at the size, look at the freaking side plate. There's 3 side plates on this side. The size is great. The belt, I'm not saying it was really big, but it wasn't as small as this is. This is freaking. I also don't like the freaking paint because that is real easy to scratch off. You can just rake your hand around it for probably 15 minutes and the freaking whole globe will disappear. They need to use a plastic part like with this one. Me and my wife tried to do a lot of customization on this one, but we botched on it. I botched it, she botched it, we both botched pretty much on this one. But this is why I prefer the Jakks ones over the Mattel ones, because of the size. And the problem I had with the Jakks one was the globe, because the blue is not bleeding through the little gold like it is on this, which that's one good thing. Like I said, use this design, put a plastic part instead of paint, and make it as big as this. I think I would probably give it a better review than what I'm giving it right now. I just don't like. The main reason why I bought the figure anyway for my son is because he needed a blue globe Winged Eagle. Like I said, I love the Winged Eagle design that they've done. Mattel made that completely accurate. It's great, and you know, that's like my favorite. That and the World Heavyweight titles, except for the dull ones they've made. But you know, just whack. Alright, now we're going to get to the actual figure. We done talked about the belts. I did a lot of talking about the belts in the toy talk that I did. Stone Cold Steve Austin defining moments. This is supposed to be around the time of WrestleMania 14 when Austin first got his first title ring. And you know, it's a nice figure, but I got some issues with this figure, which I'll talk about here in a sec. Like I said, it's a nice, great, you know, very, very flexible figure. My problem with it is, one of my biggest problems, this is supposed to be Austin 98, right before he won the title. But Austin only had this knee brace on at the time he got his first title run. He did not wear this one. And I'm surprised, because I had watched some other reviews of this figure. I'm surprised nobody pointed that out. I think I'm probably the only one that pointed this out. Austin was wearing one knee brace at that time frame. He didn't start wearing two until like SummerSlam 99. Then he wore two from there until the time he stopped wrestling. I mean, other than that, the figure's a great detail. Another thing I want to talk about is the situation they made this for, him winning the belt. Yeah, it's a great defining moment, but honestly, I think they were going to replace the Hogan with this. Defining moments is supposed to be that big moment in your career where your freaking career just skyrockets. Austin's career was already skyrocketing before he won the titles. And I would have made a better argument for maybe the, I don't know, the King of the Ring winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin figure. And, you know, he didn't have no knee braces at the time, because after that King of the Ring promo, after he won, after that promo, Austin went on to, you know, his career just went bam. Because prior to that, he wasn't really doing nothing, but after the King of the Ring thing, he skyrocketed, had that great feud with Bret Hart, had that big, you know, had a lot of great feud, had that big feud with Owen, had that feud with The Rock for a short time for the Intercontinental title. He also had the big run-in, he won the Royal Rumble. Another one I would have made a case for, especially with the fact that this was replacing the NWO Hogan. I would have loved to have seen that, but because of Hogan's stupidity, which seeing he won his case, so who knows where that goes. But another one I would have made a case for was probably the time when he wrestled Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13, the year before he won the title. When Bret Hart had him in the sharpshooter, he was busted open. Bret Hart had him in the sharpshooter. Austin swore prior to that match he was not going to say "I quit" ever in that match. And what ended up happening, he never said "I quit." He ended up going on, losing the match, but it was a double turn. Bret went heel, Austin went face. The fans, you could tell throughout the match, the fans were really gearing toward Austin as that guy, like, oh, yeah, this guy's going to be something special. So, King of the Ring and the WrestleMania 13, I would have made a better case for a defining moments figure. This figure, although it's great detailed, great flexibility, the joints are great, you know. But, you know, I think it would have been better if they either had that moment from King of the Ring or the freaking WrestleMania 13 the year prior to winning the WWE Championship, because Austin was the last one to hold the Wing Eagle. But overall, aside from, you know, the knee brace, the second knee brace, which you didn't have at that time, which probably nobody pointed out. But anybody who was a fan of that time frame, who claims they're a fan, didn't realize that, then they weren't truly a fan of it. But other than that, and this here, which, you know, once my son took it out of the box, it scratched the top of it. But other than that, and this here, this is a good figure. I like it. my favorite still, I like the freaking Bionic Redneck one. Really like that one a lot. It's a really good figure. This could have been an elite figure. The defining moment of Austin should have been King of the Ring or WrestleMania 13, not 14, where he won the title. Which, yeah, that was a big defining moment, but his career had already been skyrocketed from that, from King of the Ring, and, you know, maybe the heat started dying down after the King of the Ring situation. And that's why they did the frickin' thing where when he got busted open and he didn't say I quit and frickin' lost the match by passing out, being bloody mess. But I think those would have been better moments. Yeah. So, I mean, it's still a good figure. One of the best Stone Cold head scans they've done in a while. The vest, yeah, that's accurate to the time frame. It's just this was not accurate to the time frame. And I know it makes no sense why, just like with the Bionic Redneck, how it came with the skull belt and the Attitude Era belt, which made no sense because when he was doing the Bionic Redneck thing, he was just carrying the Attitude Era belt. He had nothing to do with the freaking skull belt at that time, mostly because he was a corporate champion until he did the Alliance thing, which that's a whole other story. Yeah, that'll do it for this video. Like I said, next week, I know I said my next topic video would probably be the TNA one, but I decided to make it a round table. Now, JC won't be joining me. I'll be doing it solo, but I will be talking about TNA. You know, they made a great move this past Tuesday, but I'm going to talk about some of the other flaws that TNA has right now. Overall, I give the figure, I'll give it 4 out of 5, mainly because of the fact that the knee braces, he only had one. And I just don't care for the Attitude Era, the Mattel Attitude Era belt. And I love this belt to death, but I don't care for this one at all. My son, he likes it, but he didn't see that time frame like I did, and he don't know that the belt's not accurate. But then again, he probably don't care. But you know, I'm more of a stickler for detail on that than he is. But that'll do it. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. Follow me on my Facebook fan page, Mr. Hornby 83 Topics. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Hornby 83. And Monday I will do the roundtable discussion. And then from there, Superman videos up until Batman v Superman. And then next Sunday I'll be doing a review of the big moment in the Turtle cartoon, the current Turtle cartoon. Which I'll talk about that when it gets closer to that. Peace out.